I'm at the Hellfire Pass, and this is the railway bed that the prisoners and conscripts from Asia built as part of the Death Railway. So as you can see, that's the valley below, and this is rock, pure rock. And what the POWs had to do was first clear off the vegetation, and then by hand manually carve through these rocks so they can lay a railway tracks on it, right? So this is the track. And obviously, yeah, not everybody can make the walk, so they have buggies. Yeah, so I didn't get a buggy. I'm walking. So this is part of the original rail, which was relayed because the entire railway is 400 over kilometers, right? And it was built simultaneously from Myanmar to south, and then from Thailand north, and they met halfway, okay, in a place where they joined, which is no longer accessible because that area in between, you know, that Death Railway between Thailand and Myanmar is now flooded under a dam. So it's underwater. So anyways, so you can see this was, it says Barrow Steel 1898, and it was relayed here by it says okay, these rails and sleepers are from the official railway and were relayed in Konyu Cutting, by the men of C Company 3rd Battalion Royal Australian Regiment, and they were relocated in the current position in 2006. So this is actually part of what they built, and yeah, including the rail sleepers here. So they cut through the rocks, but look at this. They had to cut through this. It's just crazy, man. So how they did it was, one, they worked in teams, right? Wait, hang on. Just show you a bit more before. Yep. So the workers work in teams of two. One would hold a hammer, and the other a metal, a steel stake of sorts, okay? And what they would do is to hammer into the rock, right? And one guy would be swinging the hammer, and the other will be holding the metal rod, and then each time turn it, and turn it until they can basically get something like a hole in the rock. I'll give you an example. Yeah. I don't know whether like holes, okay? There were some holes earlier that I came across, where then they would proceed to put in dynamite, right? And blow it, and then when the rocks come up, fall, they would carry it and push it down the cliff over there, where I was earlier. So, as you can see, this is, I think you can see one of the holes here. You see this? That's possibly one of the holes that you if you want to blast it, you gotta like put a stick of dynamite in it and then So a lot of lives were lost in building this. And the reason why, look at this. And the reason why this is called the Hellfire Pass is because the Japanese, they were under a tight deadline, right? Or whatever. And what they did was they lit fires and worked the workers 24 hours a day. So you could, and fires were lit every 10 meters so that they can see what they were doing. And from the top, one of the survivors actually mentioned this. It was like Dante's Inferno. You saw fire, shadows of Japanese soldiers shouting and the emaciated bodies of prisoners working and carrying the rocks, and it was like 24 hours of shouting, of whipping and things like that, right? So at night you could see all this and it looked like hell, and it reminded them of hell. So, and hellfire, and that's why it's called the Hellfire Pass. They had to blast through all that so that the train could pass. So it's crazy when you think about these are the same rocks that those people were working on and lost their life and gave their lives to. There's the memorial up front. The leaves are falling. Okay. The Hellfire Pass Konyu Cutting is an example of the type of excavations of the 415-kilometer Burma-Thailand Railway constructed in 1942 to 1943 by American, Australian, British and Dutch prisoners of war and conscripted nationals from Burma, Malaya and Thailand. Hellfire Pass and the adjacent cuttings were excavated by POW labor working around-the-clock shifts over a desperate period of 12 weeks in 1943. The name of the Hellfire Pass relates to the awesome scene presented at night by the light from torches and lamps in the cutting. The most primitive of hand tools were used to drill holes for explosives used in blasting the rock and removing waste rock. So, if you ever come to Hellfire Pass, there are two walks, right? The first walk is just reaching this memorial, and that's fine. You can get it's free, by the way, to come here. You get an audio guide if you like, okay? However, you can actually go all the way to Hintok Road, which is where the camp was one of the camps when they were building this railway, and that's the route that you take. And this to and fro is maybe about kilometer plus, back to the center. But this, if you go on straight, is another 2 kilometers plus, and then back another 2 kilometers plus. And if you want to take this route, you have to let the people in the center know, because they'll give you a two-way radio in case you get lost, right? You have to take the two-way radio, and they put in a brochure that you have to be relatively fit to take this hike, because you have to go uphill and some of the areas sometimes are flooded and all that. So if you go here, this walk, it goes right to the end, and you'll see other parts of this railway. As you can see, the railway bed comes here, and obviously has collapsed, but it continues over there. Or maybe there was a bridge that was built over here, but it's been destroyed now. So if you do come here, I would love to do that entire walk, right? Just that I'm not prepared today, and I don't have enough time, but I'm coming back. I'm definitely coming back to take that walk right to the end and come back. This place is so well maintained. It's funded by the Australian government, and in memoriam of all those who lost their lives. So I guess this says it all. In remembrance of all those who suffered and all who died. 1942, 1945, Burma, Thailand Railway.
Just take a little look here, then I must go because I will be late for a driver.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Rodney.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you
send
take
me
care.
an email and sometime, and we will continue.
Yes, please. Okay.
All right.
So I'll see you. You take care, right?
And
okay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
You. A pleasure, privilege to meet you. Thank you.
Likewise, sir. I met Rodney earlier on the walk, and he's a veteran in the British Army. So we hung around, we talked a bit, and shared some of his stories. I took some of his photos. Yeah. He served in the British Army for 33 years. He was based in Hong Kong for a while, in Seoul for a while. And this is his first time coming here. He wasn't one of the soldiers who worked on the railway, but he actually knew someone from England who worked part of the railway and who has since died. So he's sort of on his way back to UK and decided to come here to show his respects. And he wore his jacket and his cap, and I took a photo for him earlier. So yeah. I don't know where this goes. I'm just going up. I guess I'm going on top of the pass. That's it, man. The Konyu Cutting. They cut through this. Hands, basic tools, and dynamite. Yeah, it's crazy, man. through these rocks. Where that goes to. It looks like it goes all the way up. Okay, I'm running out of time. Gonna head back to Bangkok. And tomorrow I'll be on a flight back to Kuala Lumpur, back to Malaysia. Dynamite. The railway sleepers. Used to be tracks. This tree must have grown here after the railway was abandoned. It was only in operation for, I think, slightly less than 2 years. All right. This has been, just now I bumped into a guy and he was saying that he can't imagine something so horrific happened in such a beautiful place. And I said that, that's what we do. Humans can make the most beautiful things, horrific. And he agreed. But I think it's the other way around too, that we can also make the most horrific things beautiful again. Because ultimately it's our choice, right? What we want our world and the world to be is essentially what we do ourselves, right? We are full of blame. We say, blaming everybody and all this kind of stuff, and complaining about things that we can't change, but but we can change ourselves. So, whatever, man. Okay. So here we go. Onwards towards Bangkok. Catch you guys later. Let's look. So they blasted the rocks. Once they blasted it, they have to bring it here and they basically just threw it over, rolled it over the cliff. So let's have a look and see what's down there, man. I mean, I'm not gonna roll down, but just gonna see. Whoa, whoa. Okay, not a good idea. That's not ground. That's just dried leaves. Yeah, so you just roll all the rocks down. Dangerous. Never assume that the ground is solid. Never assume.